I cannot believe that this moment has finally arrived. After over a year and a half of speculation and following this project, the moment has come. It is now official that Universal Destinations and Experiences will be building a theme park in the UK. And wow, like this is just a historic moment in theme park history. I don't even know where to start with this. Honestly, I am just ecstatic with this news, and I'm sure that a lot of you feel exactly the same. This is the biggest announcement that I've ever covered on this channel for something happening in the UK, and I just can't believe that we've now got that official confirmation via the press release that was sent out that Universal are going to be building a theme park in the UK. This is just crazy news. And wow, after following this project ever since there was first them rumblings, wasn't there? Like the end of 2023, them rumblings, them news that Universal had bought the former Brickworks in Bedford in the UK with the potential of exploring a theme park and resort on that site, through to going down there to the consultation last year and chatting with people from Universal Destinations and Experiences, through to fencing going up recently on the site and visiting down there, walking across the proposed site. And this is it. It has now been confirmed. A press release was sent out, and this is it. It's happening. 2031 is the proposed opening for Universal Studios Great Britain. And literally, I just don't know what to say. I am made up by this news. I really am. The most exciting, the best news we could have ever got for the UK theme park industry. It's happening, and in 2031 we are getting a Universal theme park, the only Universal theme park in Europe, being built in Kempston Hardwicke in Bedford in the UK. Phenomenal. I'm just going to go through the official points here from the press release before I kind of go off in my own little world, talking about all these different things and all these different ideas. Honestly, this is just insane. What an amazing news. Really a day in history. Obviously, Universal Destinations and Experiences, the UK government and Bedford Council have all now agreed on the project to go ahead with that expected opening of 2031. And when we went down to the consultation and was speaking with people from Universal, it was always looking like, if they did go ahead with this project, it would be a 2030, so that's 2031 opening for the theme park and resort. And 2031 is that expected opening for this project 6 years from now. And you might think, 6 years is a long time away. Trust me, that is going to fly by. It really is. Just watching this park being built from the ground up to a fully fledged Universal theme park and resort in my home country. I never thought we'd see news like this for the UK. This is a big deal, and I'm going to be there all the way to cover each and every detail of this project the best that I can do, and I just can't believe it. Absolutely amazing news. Now this is an expected 50 billion boost for the UK economy. 50 billion, and that's the thing, the government had to get behind this. With all the tough time that everyone's going through at the moment, that this park is just going to boost morale, it's going to boost the economy, and this just sounds like it's going to be a phenomenal project for everyone involved and everyone in the whole of the UK. It's going to benefit that entire tourism and leisure industry. There's so many people from around Europe, from around the rest of the world that are going to be coming to the UK because they're going to want to experience this new theme park. And if other theme parks and attractions play the cards right, this could benefit them too. It could benefit everyone and the whole tourism and leisure industry in the UK. It really could. The forecasting 28,000 jobs. That's including the construction, creative, through to the opening, operations, hospitality. 28,000 jobs throughout this entire project here, from the start all the way through, of course, to when it's actually operating, which is crazy numbers. They're also reporting in the press release here that the theme park will be one of the largest and most advanced in Europe, featuring a theme park with immersive storytelling, rides, entertainment, a hotel, and of course that leisure district as well. Probably going to be a city walk like you see at the other Universal resorts around the world. Getting on some more stats for you here. Expected 8.5 million visitors are expected in the first year. That's the first year, which does make me think, we're looking at seeing a very good sized park here with a fantastic variety of rides and attractions. I just can't believe it. Literally, I'm just speechless. And if you've watched this channel for a while, it takes a lot for me to be speechless. It really does. But I am just so happy. I could cry with happiness right now that this is going to be happening. Such a positive and amazing news for the UK. It really is. And not just from a theme park perspective, but for the country in general, for tourism, for employment, for the amount of the boost that this is going to have to the UK economy. That makes me really excited. Something really to look forward to in 2031. And you've got to think, you know, we're going to be following the construction of this all the way through. We're going to be down there regularly covering this project, and we already have done. We've walked across this site, we've seen it from the air, we've had a good detailed look at it, the infrastructure with the train stations, the road networks. There's going to be so much happening. We've also got our first official concept art for this project. And wow, it just looks phenomenal. I'm going to film a more detailed video about this soon, talking about exactly what we can see here in depth. But I'm just going to do a quick overview in this video and have a little look at this concept art because it looks awesome. You can see the park here, you can see the lake in the middle, you can see a couple of big coasters there, various different show buildings for different dark rides, and a bit of an idea on the different areas that this park is going to feature. And wow, I'm just going to have a quick kind of overview of this now and talk you through the main things that I see here straight away. Of course, the lake right in the middle of the park, which looks fantastic. But let's just go down to the entrance of this park. You can see the iconic Universal Globe there. Just behind it, you've got the archways. Looks like a very similar entrance to like Universal Studios Florida there, with the big archways. And then this kind of big main street, which looks really long, that's going to lead down to the lagoon at the bottom. Looks like it's kind of open up into this big view of the park right in front of you. On the left-hand side of the street, it looks like that's where you're going to have the hotel, which is going to form part of this project. And yeah, this looks really interesting. Obviously, Universal Beijing opened a few years ago when we visited there last year on the channel. And what we're seeing here is completely different to that in the fact that at Beijing, the hotel is at the front of the park. It's at the turnstiles. It kind of replaced the archways. Here, the hotel is on the left-hand side of the entrance street from what we can see. Obviously, in Epic Universe with the Helios Hotel, that's down at the back of the park. But still, we can see an in-park hotel here, which looks fantastic. Looks like you're going to have views all down the main street and into the park itself and the main lagoon. Let's go around clockwise then. What looks like a family land there. Is that like a little balloon ride possibly? Hard to tell exactly what this is going to be themed to. Is that maybe a teacups ride or a splash pad or theming element there? There's a large round circle and then a show building at the back of there, possibly for a dark ride in there. Then, of course, we look to the left, a major roller coaster here. If we're going off the concept art, this looks like a huge ride. It looks like it's going to have a blue track, various different buildings, which obviously points towards a very immersive queue line and storyline building up before you actually get onto the ride. It could possibly have dark ride scenes in there from what we can see. It looks very well landscaped out the front. Well, the first thing that I'm drawn to here is the humongous spike that you can see there. If anything from this concept art looks to go by, it seems like you're going to go up the spike twice there. Looks like multiple launch tracks at the bottom and then a huge spike. Is that going to be the tallest coaster in the UK? I mean, it looks like a pretty big spike, so I guess we'll see. I'll talk more in detail about that one soon, but wow, that looks very impressive. Obviously, that looks like its own sort of area there. Maybe a show venue, like amphitheatre style seating looking out over the lake there. As we move into what looks like the next land, could this possibly be Jurassic World? I mean, some of them buildings look very similar to Jurassic World, what you'd expect. Maybe a restaurant there, meet and greet area. Is that some sort of outdoor play area or a drop tower there on the left? It's hard to tell. Obviously, it's not the clearest, but it does kind of look like that from what we can see here. Then it looks like a pathway with numerous different waterfalls and very similar to like Celestial Park that's opening in Epic Universe, and that kind of feeds down into the main lagoon of this park. There's then a humongous show building there at the back. Could this be Jurassic World Adventure that's at Universal Beijing? One of my favourite dark rides I've ever done. Obviously, it's only at that park at the moment. Could that possibly be it? Or is it going to be something else? Again, it's hard to tell. But initially, it looks like it could maybe be a Jurassic World area. But I guess we'll see with that one. Then we move around into either another area or still a continuation of that themed area. If so, it's the biggest area in the park. This looks like the the biggest coaster in terms of length. This looks incredible. It looks like it's got a green track. It's got a helix coming out over the lagoon itself. Is that a lift hill or like a launch lift hill down there at the back? Again, this is only a concept art, but it certainly looks that way from what we can see there. But yeah, this looks like a big ride. I love how it kind of comes down into the middle. There's a few other different buildings there, which could be shops, restaurants, smaller attractions, meet and greets. Who knows at this point? At the back there, there's clearly a show venue. There's some pyrotechnics coming out the top. Could that maybe be similar to shows that they've got at the Universal properties already, similar to the Waterworld show? Could it be themed to something else? But yeah, that looks like a stunt show venue there at the back. We then move into what looks like quite a small themed area. A couple of big buildings there. Are they dark rides? Are they something else? Is one of them a dark ride? Is one something else? But yeah, that looks like a small area with two big show buildings. Can't really see the details of what that would be themed to. But yeah, that does look quite interesting. So I'll have to do a bit more digging with that one. Then we make our way round into another big area for the park. This clearly to me looks like a Minions themed area. I'm saying that because the layout here is identical to Universal Beijing. And you might think, oh, is that a coaster at the top? Well, in Beijing, they've got like a fake coaster as part of the theming on the roof. And then there's a real junior coaster with a couple of flat rides inside. So could that possibly be a clone of the Beijing area? Or could it be a real coaster? You know, I guess we'll find out. But initially, I'm thinking this is almost a clone of what we saw in Beijing. You've also got the dark ride there as well, Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. There was a show venue in that area. It looks almost identical to Beijing, so check out our vlog from that park if you haven't already seen it. That'll give you a bit of an idea on that, but it certainly looks like it. As we carry on round, is that like a restaurant looking out over the water? Possibly so. And then there's like another little small plaza area with a show building behind it. That's kind of behind the entrance to the park. So could that possibly be another attraction? I guess we'll see. Just a first look, a first overview. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here. Couple of major coasters, a few dark rides, and quite a lot of supporting attractions as well, with a beautiful hotel, lots of great theming, and a lake in the middle. Wow, I just can't get over this. It looks great. I think we all knew deep down that this was most likely going to go ahead, but none of us just wanted to fully get too excited just in case they pulled it from us last minute. The worst thing that could have happened is that we'd have all built ourselves up, all thought this is definitely happening, and then they'd have not gone ahead with the project at the end. None of us wanted that to happen, you know, so I think we're all just kind of holding off, just waiting. Obviously, we knew that Universal and Comcast had purchased the land and the old brickworks and some surrounding fields and land in Bedford. You know, so we knew they were very serious about this. They've recently made the trademarks. They had the consultation last year. We knew they were very committed and very serious for this. But you never know. Maybe we're just that used to doing the UK, being let down with things in the past. We had that with the London Resort project. I know that was a completely different ball game to this. But still, we've been let down so many times with these big projects and big announcements. I think we all just wanted to, you know, hold back until we knew this was definitely going to happen. And of course, we were down there covering it and looking at it. The speculation, you know, has been so much fun. But now it's official, 2031, 6 years from now, we're going to be having this major new theme park and resort, one of the biggest theme park resorts in the whole of Europe, and it's going to be in the UK, and it's going to be in Bedford. Wow, like absolutely amazing. Like, I don't even think I need to ask you this, but let me know your thoughts on this big news down below in the video comments. Obviously, we're over here in the Netherlands at the moment. We're in our Netherlands trip, so I'll always remember where we were when it was announced, sitting here in our wonderful accommodation with this huge announcement, this big press release. But blimey, like, we're going to be covering a lot more detailed videos, going to be talking about what we could expect, potential themes, potential rides, all that kind of stuff. We'll get back down there. We'll bring you the latest construction. I mean, we were only there a couple of weeks ago, but obviously all the fences and things were going up. I think we're going to start to see more clearance, more groundwork taking place soon, and then of course some more detailed planning documents for this. We know that it's going to be a government infrastructure project. How that's going to work with like the planning permission and all that kind of stuff, we don't know the exact details yet. But what we do know is with this being a government infrastructure project, things are probably going to get fast-tracked through. Things are going to be going very fast with this project. If they want to build a ground-up park to open, you know, in 6 years from now, they're going to want to get on with it. We've seen that with Universal. They don't mess about. Look at Epic Universe, you know, that opens officially next month in Florida. Over the past 5 years, that park has just flown up. And similar to the Bedford site, that was just a flat piece of ground with nothing else on it before. This is big, this is exciting, and get ready for an amazing journey over the next 6 years here on Theme Park Worldwide as we follow and cover this amazing project. Wow, what a moment. I'm going to leave it there. I've got so much more that I want to say. I'm not going to say it yet, other than it's happening. Universal UK. Yeah, let's just see what happens next, and we'll be there to cover it all and go along on this amazing journey. Wow, I'm literally tearing up. This is emotional. This is a big thing for me. Like, this is just insane. Absolutely crazy. I can't believe it's happening. Whew. Wow, it's getting built. It's getting built. Wow. Anyway, before I ramble on too much, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks so much for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide, and get ready for what is going to be an incredible adventure. Universal Studios Great Britain. It's coming. That leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video. Wow.